Hey everyone, I am Gina from Gina K Designs, and it's great to see all of you coming in from all around the world. Tonight we are going to have a great time because we are going to be joined by several of our illustrators. We have new stamps and dies and stencils and a few surprises for you too. This is exciting. I am so excited. I was up till like 1:30 in the morning making cards and laying things out and getting everything all ready for you, and I am so excited. But before we get started with all of the new fun things, let's say hello to Tom. Hey, Tom.
Hey. Woo!
How are you?
Time.
You're getting your buttons are not working over there.
Hey, we match. It's colorblind Tom.
Colorblind Tom. Yes, I'm very colorful tonight, right?
You are.
I
That
am.
is just quite a tapestry.
Yes, it looks like pattern paper to me.
Love.
And my signature little bit of black
Yes.
on everything.
Yes.
I couldn't pass it up. Oh, well, how are you tonight? Are you excited?
I am excited. How can you not be excited around here? This place is nuts.
I know, it's been crazy the last few days, hasn't it?
It has.
Here, at home, everywhere. There's cards and supplies all over the place.
I don't know where one day starts and one ends.
Yeah, I know. I hear
One
you.
ends and one begins. I think we don't have clocks here anymore, do we?
We don't need them.
No.
We just stay right here. We'll be fine. We won't miss anything. All right. Well, are you ready to start seeing some fun new things?
I am poised and ready at the control.
All right. Very good. Well, the first thing I want to show everybody is our brand new incentives. And we have a new way of doing our incentives this release. So what we're doing now is when you add $75 worth of product into your shopping cart, a pop-up comes up on the screen and it gives you 3 different gifts that you can choose from. And all you have to do is pick the one you want by clicking the Claim Your Gift button. And then when you go to checkout, you will see it in your cart. Make sure you see it. It'll have a little gift next to the product on your on the checkout page, so you'll know, oh, there it is, there's my free gift, and you get to pick. Where before, we always sent you the first incentive, and then if you wanted consecutive incentives, you had to just say, this is my second order, this is my third order. Now you get to pick your gift, because maybe some of you like the card stock. Maybe some of you like the second incentive, the secret one that we used to have. Well, let me show you all the different incentives that you can pick from. So here we go. Here are our 3 incentives. So the first one here is this brand new mini set called A Bit of Spring. Now this one actually has a coordinating die set that you can purchase separately. Looks like this. So if you wanted to cut out the flower and cut out the greetings, you would be able to pick this up and add it to your cart separately. This is located under the What's New tab on our website. So here is the first incentive. The second incentive is this one called Beautiful Sketches. Now this one, it doesn't have a die set, but that's okay. This one really could be used as a silhouette stamp. It could be used to create your own pattern paper, background papers. You can color it with Copics, watercolor, real loose watercolor, colored pencils, whatever you want. I really love this one. I feel like I want to do something with this one in a video, especially this leaf. I feel like that would just be gorgeous all over a background. And then this one, let me read the greetings to you just in case, because I don't know, sometimes it can be blurry. I wish I could be there with you. I love that. And you make my world a better place. And then this one has thinking of you, friend, and wishing you a beautiful day. And then if you already received both of these, because I know lots of you break up your orders so you get all the incentives, and then maybe later in the month you think, oh, I need something else, and you want another incentive, you can get this is our alternative here. It is our layering weight cardstock. This is such good cardstock. It's super smooth. It stamps beautifully. You'll get a crisp, clean image, and it's also amazing for ink blending. So if you're having any trouble ink blending, and your ink blending is coming out blotchy, you might want to try this cardstock. Now, we do have this cardstock in 8.5 by 11, but this has 20 sheets of A2 size panels, 4.25 by 5.5. So you get to pick out of any of these three what you want from that pop-up when it pops up on your screen when you've added $75 into your cart. So that's the first thing I wanted to show you. Now, the next thing I want to show you is we have a couple of sets from two of our illustrators who are not here tonight. The first one, oh my gosh, I am so in love with this set. I have to make something with this set. This is called Jet Setter. Look how cute this is. So it's got these two little airplanes that are going in different directions. So you can use both of them at the same time if you want, or you can just use one at a time depending on how you want it to go across your card. First of all, this would be amazing on a scrapbook page too. But it's got these two flags here that you can attach to the back of the plane, and then you can put any of these greetings into the flags. Now, these strip sentiments, because they're photopolymer, they're flexible. So you can actually bend them to fit into this flag if you want, and then you can use them straight across in this flag. It's got the cute little movement here to make it look like it's moving. Clouds, the sun. I love this one so much. I think it's great for kids. It's great for guy cards. It's great for anyone who loves to travel. And it comes in a stamp set or a stamp and die bundle. So you can get it either way. If you just like the stamp set, you can get that. But if you love cutting out images like this and popping them up, which I do, it comes as the Stamp and Die bundle. This is by Beth Ann Saleka. She does all of our really cute sets like this, and this is no exception. This one is awesome, and I think it's going to be very popular tonight. Jet Setter. All right, now, another illustrator that can't be here tonight is Dina Gerner. But Dina, look at this set. So she's created these amazing elephants for you. This set is called Unforgettable Gentle Giants. And I love that she did boy elephants and girl elephants. This is great for baby cards. It's great for kids cards. Anybody is an animal lover. I love elephants. They're so spectacular. And then it's got balloons, it's got little banners so that you can make it like a party and you can fill them in with the colored versions of those, or you can alternate them and have some that you color and some that you stamp in color. It's got some stars. Then it's got Unforgettable, Never Forget How Special You Are, a jumbo-sized wish for all your dreams to come true. With a heart as big as yours, anything is possible. So I love these greetings so much, and these stamps are really, really cute. They'll definitely mix and match with all of her other stamps that she has in her collection. So if you want to pair this elephant with one of her little bears or one of her mice, I mean, you could certainly do that. Wouldn't the elephant and the mouse be so cute together? And then you can get this as a Stamp and Die bundle. It cuts out everything, even the greetings, or you can get it as the stamp set only. So make sure when you are looking on the What's New page, if you're looking for the stamp set, we always start the title of every product like bundle, and then it'll be Stamp and Die bundle, the product, or stamp set. So you'd have to scroll down the screen a little bit more to find just the individual stamp sets. But aren't they so cute? I just love them. All right, so that is the second thing. Now I'm trying to decide when to show you all the other things, but I think we're going to let our illustrators come in and show you what they have first. And then we will go back and show you a bunch of the other things, because we have a brand new card kit tonight. We have a new Master Layouts set for you, and I can't wait to show you that. And we have something very special. We have a brand new collaboration with ThermoWeb, and tonight we are releasing 12 new foil colors, plus something else very special. So you have to stay tuned. You have to stay tuned to see all of that, and they're all Gina K Designs colors. So, I'm super excited. Trying to keep this a secret has been terrible for me because I'm bad at that. But I saw a question. Yes, our incentive, let's see, the incentive is the first incentive. Which one is it here? The Bit of Spring does have a die set. So you could take a look at this, the overhead. You can take a look here. Tom, can you switch to the overhead? The Bit of Spring does have a coordinating die set. You will find that in the category. The Beautiful Sketches does not have a coordinating die set, but going forward in March, all of our incentives will have coordinating die sets. So, all right. Well, let's bring in our first illustrator. She is waiting in the wings, and she has this fantastic new stamp set. I know she's going to show you lots of fantastic inspiration that she can do with this, that you can do with this. And I really love this one because it's got this really cute little vase in it, and she's going to tell you all about it. So let's welcome her to the program, Lisa Hetrick.
Hi friends, it's Lisa Hetrick. Hi Gina, hi Tom, hello everyone. Welcome to our February release party. I'm super excited to be here with you tonight and super grateful for you to invite me into your homes tonight. I'm really excited to share my new stamp set called Second Chances. So let's go ahead and dive in and take a look at the stamp set and all of the inspiration. Let's do it. Okay, friends, so here is the stamp set. It's called Second Chances, and it is chock full of blooms. I'm going to call this like a wildflowers and weeds kind of stamp set. It's chock full of blooms and like weedy-like elements, leafery, and some really interesting sentiments. Every day is a second chance. So here is where the inspiration came from this set. I saw something, it was probably over a year ago, where someone was taking, it was a gardener who was taking some weeds from their garden and putting them in different kinds of glass jars. And it made me think about test tubes and different kinds of glass jars, and she had used them as a display, and she did have like some test tubes where she used them as a display. And it got me thinking about like weeds in your garden and just kind of like these flowers or these things that show up in our yards or show up in our lives that are perceived to be weeds, but really she was giving them a second chance by popping them into another glass vessel with some water. And it just got me thinking about second chances and every day, how every day is a new day. And it inspired this stamp set. So here is the stamp set and the coordinating die set that is available in a bundle. And I really just kind of like the sentiments in the stamp set. Let's walk through all of the elements in the stamp set before I walk through all of the inspiration. So these blooms are kind of, I created the line art version and the solid version of the blooms so that you could do some two-step stamping. They're also perfect for any kind of coloring techniques that you want to do. And I'm going to share some inspiration behind that. And then I've got these weed pieces right here. Like this is kind of like a dandelion. This is just kind of some different flowers that kind of open differently too. So you're getting a little bit of a different perspective looking at the flower bloom. So it's got a bit of a 3D quality to it versus it just kind of being flat. So it feels a little more organic and has some movement. And then we have some of this leafery, these little weedy like elements here that can be used alone or can be used and topped off with the flower. And then here is the test tube. And then I had to put a little bit of water in there so that you could kind of create that test tube flower vessel look. Really love that. Then we have Every Day is a Second Chance, Hello Friend, Missing You, and Let's Talk Soon. which is kind of fun because let's talk soon is something that I'm often texting friends. Like, we are in this age of where we text each other to kind of like check in with each other, but it's very rare that we pick up the phone to kind of call each other. So that kind of reminded me, like, let's talk soon. And it's something that I kind of put in some texts with people, friends and family. Okay, let's dive into the inspiration. I kind of pulled the camera in a little bit tighter so we could take a look at the cards. This is, I think this might be my favorite. I know I'm going to say that about a couple other cards that I'm going to share. But this card is really super simple. You can see that I've got some watercolor techniques going here. I've used that really large floral, and I mashed it up with some florals from the Secret Garden. So the stamp set that came out in November, Secret Garden, has a lot of elements, along with other stamp sets in my collection, have a lot of floral elements that fit perfectly with this set in proportion to each other, so that you would be able to mix and mash them up together. And I really like those two little blooms from that Secret Garden set compared to this bloom that has a different kind of opening. And then I've got the leafery kind of coming off the edge and creating this really interesting organic looking card. And Wishing You Every Happiness was from the Secret Garden as well. Okay, I knew I would say that that was my favorite card and that this was my favorite card. So, you know me, super watercolor girl. Here is the whole basis of the inspiration for that set. That whole concept of using the test tube as a little tiny vessel to put these little weeds in and have kind of this really, really pretty card with some of the weed leafery here. You could have put some little flowers in there, but I just used that really larger wonky-like flower. So this one right here, just kind of fun. This wonky looking like flower, I used the solid with some watercolor to kind of create that look. And just kind of, these are all like some Gina K inks that I've used and created some watercolor effects with them. Love it. All right. Love this. So this is really where the stamp set shines, to where you can use the line art images, use the outline images to create any kind of color combination inside the flower that you want. And in this case, I kind of did a little bit of a daisy like look to it, sort of a wonky daisy or a dandelion, which is just super cute with some little tiny leafery. Mashed it up with some of the coordinating stamps and did a little let's talk soon. Wouldn't that be kind of fun to send a card to someone that said, let's talk soon? Like old school, right? Like, let's do it. Okay. You know me, friends, I love to do a good pattern, and I have two really fun pattern cards. This was just a super fun cascading bloom of using the large bloom, using this really pretty bloom in the set, and kind of creating a little cascade waterfall of blooms and a little pattern, and doing a little bit of watercoloring. I used some of the edible eggplant with the pink carnation line and a little bit of yellow here, just to kind of create this really fun card. It says Missing You. It's kind of a cute card. Okay. All right. A little bit more of a linear kind of look to this card with Missing You too. Did a lot of two-step stamping here with the larger bloom and some of the leafery kind of coming out of that test tube vessel, just kind of making it look kind of like a vase, which is kind of really clean and simple card. Love it. Okay. Watercolor Fiesta is what I'm going to call this. Every day is a second chance. Again, did another really easygoing bloom pattern with this, and then just pulled out 3 of the elements and created like just a little bit more of a Fiesta-like color to it. Pattern card, little bit of washy watercolor, super fun. Okay. I love this card. Super easy going. Created that pattern with the 2-step stamping. Did the 2-step stamping, but used the 2 stamps to create the pattern, and did a light to dark pattern design with it. So using some of the lilac and then the plum punch in the Gina K line to kind of create that light and dark contrast between those two stamps. Super, super fun. Okay, as with all of my stamp sets in my collection with Gina K Designs, I have a brand new card idea sheet called Second Chances Card Ideas. And I started to look at these card ideas and realized that I didn't didn't use these as my design inspiration for the cards that I made, which was kind of interesting. I really love the way this one looks. I really love all of these card designs. I really love this concept of the 3 blooms. Just some really, really super fun ideas shared here. Okay, so friends, thank you so much for letting me come into your homes tonight to share my brand new stamp set called Second Chances. I'm really, really liking this set. It's sweet. It's sort of like an homage to giving some wildflowers and weeds a second chance instead of running them over with your mower, right? Giving them a second chance on your cards and giving them a little bit new life and beauty. Okay, friends, I will be going live this Thursday at 11:30 Eastern on my YouTube channel with a brand new card tutorial using second chances and something else in my Gina K collection. I hope you'll join me. And if you are interested in the card idea sheet, let me just go back to the overhead. I will be putting that in the Gina K Designs group. And you can also grab it on my website at indigojadeart.com, and you'll see a link for freebies. Super, super, super simple. Okay, friends, thanks so much for inviting me into your homes tonight. Thank you, Gina. Thank you, Tom. Sit back, relax. It's going to be a really, really fun night. Lots of great things into our February release this evening. Oh, just going to have so much fun. Okay, friends, I will see you next time. And don't forget, I'll be going live this Thursday at 11:30 on my YouTube channel with a brand new card tutorial. Okay, hope to see you then, and I'll see you next time. Bye now.
Thank you so much, Lisa. Those cards were absolutely beautiful. I love Lisa's cards. I love the way she just shows you such easy and simple ideas. You can get the most out of these stamp sets, and you can make so many cards using her ideas. And, you know, Lisa, I noticed that when you put the idea sheet up, I noticed that too. Like, wait, she didn't even make a lot of those ideas, but that just gives us that many more ideas. So right there, you probably have 10 to 12 ideas that you can get started on as soon as you get this set in your home. Check out Lisa's YouTube channel, Indigo Jade Art. She is amazing. You can search her up on YouTube easily by typing in Lisa Hetrick. She'll come right up. And make sure that you check out her website. She's got all kinds of free downloads for her past sets as well. So Lisa, thank you for the idea sheet. Thank you for the beautiful cards. And thank you for making time for us tonight. Well, our next illustrator is waiting in the wings, and she has got a beautiful new stamp set. She's coming to you all the way from India, and she's got this gorgeous new set called Trust the Magic. This flower is so big. I love all the greetings that go with it, and there are so many ways to use it. And I know that she's going to wow you with her coloring abilities. So let's welcome her to the program, Areta Sing.
Hi guys, Areta here. Welcome to Gina K Designs February 2025 release, and I am back with a floral card which is going to be easy and super fun for all of you to color. This stamp set is huge, has one big floral and comes along with 2 buds. You can increase the length of your bouquet, and this is going to cover almost an entire A2 card front as well. So this is a rose, a wild rose, with some foliage. I love doing that. I love adding a lot of greens along with my flowers. And the techniques you can use are endless. You can do watercoloring, Copic coloring, pencil coloring. You can heat emboss it and just do some freestyle watercoloring. And they it can be just beautiful as a background stamp as well. So it comes along with some beautiful, very motivating sentiments, and the stamp set is called Trust the Magic. So we talk about all positive things here. The sentiments are beautiful. You can just send an encouragement card to a friend or somebody in family who needs it, to your child. You know, it is a beautiful, beautiful stamp set which comes along with dies, and this is the stamp set. So as you can see, this is a huge floral. There is this additional bud and some beautiful sentiments. So I'll read them out once I flip my camera. And I have created a bunch of cards because this stamp set reached me on time and I was able to create so many cards for you all. I'll be sharing all of that, and let me just quickly flip my camera and I'll talk about the cards as well as the design. So this is Trust the Magic stamp set with this big floral illustration, this tiny bud, and all these beautiful sentiments, and I really want to read out few. This stamp set has some beautiful, very strong motivating sentiments, and I just love them. Trust the magic of new beginnings. Every moment is a new beginning. I'm so proud of you, thinking of you, you can do this. And there are coordinating dies. So here I have laid down all the dies for you, and it will cut out every element of this stamp set. So this is a very versatile, fun stamp set, and I'm sure you all are gonna love it. So I have few card samples to share with you. This is the first one, and for this I just stamped this image on a watercolor card stock using waterproof ink. So I've just used Gina K Designs amalgam ink, which is perfect, and I used some watercolors to color this, and I finished it with a tiny sentiment. You can do this. So this is the second thing I created. This is a bookmark, and I feel this stamp set is really good to create such beautiful bookmarks which can have this message for your children or for anybody you really feel needs this motivation, and it can be snuck in a nice book. And this is again watercolor, no line watercolor, using some bright pink and green. So this is another bookmark, and this has this beautiful huge sentiment, and I just did some shabby chic style watercoloring in this. I've used some muted pinks and greens, and I had so much fun painting this one. So this is the fourth card, and I did some mixed media style here. I used a tag I had in my stash and just added it at the background, and again did some very light. I used my zig markers to color this and fussy cut everything out. You can totally use a die which would cut it out beautifully, but you know, I somehow messed up the background and I had to salvage this card, so I had to really use my fuzzy cutting skills here and take it out and adhere it on top. So what I realized is I could have totally wasted this card, but I somehow just managed it. So I'll be sharing many more cards in future, and I hope you like these. So that is all from my side tonight, and I hope you liked all the card samples I created using Trust the Magic stamp set, and I hope you will create lots and lots of cards for your near and dear ones. So I'll be leaving all my social media handles right here so that you can follow me there for all the close-up shots and videos, and I hope to see you next month. Thank you so much, Gina and Tom, for having me. It was great hanging out with all of you here, and I hope you all have a lovely evening ahead. See you soon. Take care.
Her coloring is amazing. I'm blown away month after month. Areta, thank you so much for being here tonight. I love how she salvaged that card. I can't even imagine that there was anything wrong with it before she thought she had to salvage it. But that was amazing. And she always blows me away with her watercoloring. Check out her YouTube channel. She is really good at showing you her step-by-step process when she does her no-line coloring, and the different coloring mediums that she uses are really, really amazing. Areta, I love the set. I love the positivity of it. And I also really love these big sets for those fancy folds and some of the other types of cards that we've made on the channel together, fancy edging that requires a big, beautiful stamp like this. So you can get Trust the Magic now in the What's New category at Gina K Designs. And Areta will be continuing to share her inspiration in our Facebook group and on her social media as well. Well, boy, I just want to stop and pause here for a minute. I know a couple things have sold out. And one thing I would really like you to do, if you're interested in any of the stamps or bundles that sold out, please go on the Notify Me list, because right after, like first thing tomorrow morning, we will look at anything that is sold out. We'll see how many people are on that Notify Me list, and we'll make sure we order enough stock right away to get those products here for you quickly, and so that we don't run out on the reorder. A lot of our wholesale accounts took a lot of our inventory as well, but that's good for you too, because we've got lots of brick and mortar stores, and we've got some of the online stores, the bigger online stores, smaller online stores. So if you're looking for some of these products that already sold out, you can go to ginakdesigns.com, click on the retailers tab, and you can find retailers, maybe a brick and mortar store near you. You can find retailers in your country if you're outside of the United States, and you can also find some of our big online retailers that carry our products, and they might still have the one that you want in stock, so you can get it right away. All right, with that being said, we have another illustrator waiting in the wings, and she's got this fantastic greeting set. I believe I counted 22 greetings. I think I'm close to that. I'll count them again while she's showing you all of her fantastic cards, and I bet even a tag or two. And I love this one because it's got the die set that'll cut out all these words, because I love to pop up the words. Let's welcome her to the program. She's fantastic, and her name is Deborah Warner.
Hello, Gina and Tom. Hi, everybody. Welcome to February 2025. It's our release party night. So as you know, I always enjoy these, and it's so good that all of you have decided to join us this evening. So remember back in November of 23, I released Handmade Holidays, and I had so many people reach out to me and say, oh, I love that font. I love that I can cut out all those greetings, but I'd also love to see another set that has more common greetings like congratulations, happy birthday with sympathy. So this set is called Essential Greetings, and it's just that. It has so many greetings. A matter of fact, it has 22 greetings. I did include some images that are flowers and leaves, because if I have an empty space, I'm going to fill it in. And they work so beautiful with the wreath builders, so that can be fun too. All right. I also wanted to point out that I think 6 people reach out to me, and they said, Debbie, you forgot the Happy 4th of July on our Handmade Holidays, and that is just a U.S. holiday. I didn't really forget it. I kind of ran out of space. So you will notice I have Happy Independence Day as the very first greeting on this one. So hopefully that will satisfy those people that were requesting the 4th of July greeting. So I have made a bunch of samples. I'm going to share just some of them with you today, and the others I'm going to share over the next couple of weeks before our next release. So let's get started, and I will talk to you about my new samples. Alrighty.
My first sample is a 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 square card. My cardstock colors are white, Christmas pine, and fresh asparagus. I used the wreath builder with the small images from this stamp set to create a wreath. I used Christmas pine, fresh asparagus, grass green, and jelly bean green for my inks. On this anniversary card, my cardstock colors are white, red velvet, and black onyx. I used Delightful Daisy stamp set and embossed it with white embossing powder on the red velvet cardstock. I then did a partial cutting technique and just cut out one side of that. I added it to a card base that I had embossed with our Petite Flourish embossing folder. Added a thin strip of black onyx to tie in the black hearts I added from our black and white mix, and I did the greeting on black cardstock as well. On this baby congratulations card, I used blue sky, stormy sky, and white for my cardstocks. My ink are blue sky and stormy sky. Master Layouts 12 was used for the back panel, and Master Layout 17 was used for the white and blue sky rectangle. I cut an additional one freehand with my cutter out of the stormy sky for a third layer for that. I used bitty backgrounds for the hearts and baby love for the little footprints. I created the background for this sympathy card with an ink to paper technique. I used full-size ink pads in Lucky Clover, Blue Lagoon, and Tranquil Teal. I then came in with a round sponge dauber and covered up all of the white sections with the same colors of inks. I used a round corner punch for the 4 corners, and Friendly Silhouette is the stamp set I used for the image, and I did that in white embossing powder. I finished it off with some of our rainbow pearls. On this card, my cardstock colors are Dusty Rose, Plum Punch, and White. I also used watercolor paper. My inks are Plum Punch and Dusty Rose. I used our square mandala stencil for the background, and that large panel was cut out of from Master Layouts 12. I also used the image from With Sympathy. I colored it with my Zig water markers and then spritzed it with some water and stamped it on the watercolor paper. That circle was cut out using Master Layouts 12 as well, and so is the frame. That fancy frame is from Master Layouts 12. I cut an additional circle with one of my circle dies in Dusty Rose just to put behind the white one. I liked the way it framed it out. And that's it for this card. This tag was cut out using our shaker tag die. My cardstock colors are white, innocent pink, ocean mist, and moonlit fog. Those are also the ink colors that I used. I used our Harvest Florist stencil for the background and Spring Blossom die set for the flower.
So there you have some of my samples. I hope you found them inspiring, maybe gave you some ideas. I always like to share a favorite, and this was a favorite only because that background was so much fun to make. Of course, it's all Gina K inks, and I love that agent it has that just smooths everything out. So this was super fun. I did a lot of ink to paper with the ink pad, and then I went with a sponge dauber to enhance and intensify some of those color sections. And I wanted to cover up all the white sections because I knew that I would be using our white embossing powder on that. And I just love how that turned out. So again, I always like to mention, please tag me on Facebook, Instagram if you post your pictures of your cards, because I really enjoy seeing what you guys do with that. And some of you are amazing creators and so clever. I just love seeing your work. So please continue to post. All right, that's really all I have for this evening. Stay tuned the rest of the month. I will be sharing more samples with you. And I hope everybody has a happy Valentine's Day. Bye-bye.
Debbie, thank you for bringing us such useful, amazing sets. I absolutely loved all of your cards. They're fun, they are easy to make, and I love that kind of inspiration because I love to make lots of cards and I'm always inspired by what you create. And I did want to say that this Stamp and Die bundle is not sold out. It is still available. I saw people saying congratulations on your sellout and stuff. It's still available. I just checked it. So if you are interested in the Stamp and Die bundle, which I can't imagine getting this set and not getting the coordinating dies, and it's always a bargain when you get that Stamp and Die bundle, it is still available. And also for anything that has sold out, you can always check our retail partners on the website. So make sure that you do that if something is out of stock. But we have a lot still in stock. Some of the stamp sets sell out early because we don't have as many stamp sets as we have Stamp and Die bundles. Our minimums for dies are very high, and so we always make sure that we have stamps for all of the bundles because most of our customers love to buy the coordinating die set with it. So make sure before you determine that something's out of stock that you check to see if the Stamp and Die bundle is still there. And this one is still in stock that I saw just a minute ago when I looked while Debbie was on. So make sure you grab this one because it is so useful. All right, well, We have one more illustrator. Now, I did see that her set did sell out, and that's why if you love this set, and I know you will, and you're going to be blown away by her cards, make sure you get on the Notify Me list. Even if you find it somewhere else, just get on the Notify Me list so we have a good idea of about how many we need to reorder. And we will get those reordered first thing tomorrow morning. The reorders don't take as long to come in as they used to. So we should be pretty good with at least getting the stamp set in quickly. So without further ado, I am blown away by this set. Let me grab it here. Melanie Muenchinger has created such a fantastic set of ocean scenery for you. And you guys know the ocean is near and dear to my heart. So this, when I saw this, I called her right away. We talked about it. Me and Brian, our art director, we just sat with her and talked all about this set. We love it. So let's see what she has to share with you tonight, and let's welcome her to the program, Melanie Muenchinger.
Hey everyone, Melanie Muenchinger here. Thank you so much for joining us for our February release. I am thrilled to be sharing my newest set from Gina K Designs with you, Serene Seascapes. This actually coordinates with 4 of my previous sets, but it works with so many other things in our Gina K catalog. I am so excited about this set. I can't stand it. I can't wait to share the samples, but I just want to point out the different borders and then the sea life that I have in this set that you can use. They work alone or can be stacked on the cards, as you can see. I've got this crashing wave, these beautiful anemones, this cloud border, which is so versatile. Here is that calm sea that Gina shared in the peak earlier this week. I loved reading all your comments, by the way. This rock that is just wonderful for putting out in the water or here nestled on the shore, and you can put the sea creatures on top of them. And then finally, this coral seabed. We've also got some different little sea life here with the gulls, the hatching sea turtles, and then just some little dolphin silhouettes that can go out in the distance. You've also got some little schools of fish and bubbles to add a lot of texture to your scenes. And then finally, the love and friendship, which go with is deeper than the ocean. And that, I think, is just so beautiful and so perfect with all of these natural sea elements. So let's go ahead and jump right into the samples. I have a few that use just this set and some with the dies. Got a mix of complicated coloring, but also simple coloring, and then some with no coloring, where I'm just doing a little blending to add color with some stencils. And I've also used some of those images from the coordinating sets. So the first card that I want to show you tonight, this Love is Deeper Than the Ocean. I have that beautiful crashing wave there, and I just love how this delicate hand-drawn border just looks so much like crashing water. I can almost hear the surf, and I just want to go to the beach right now. I've put a couple of those rocks here, so these are just resting in the foamy water, and then I used a little white gel pen over my coloring to make it look like it's just rippling down those rocks. I've used 3 different blue alcohol markers to color in the waves in the horizon, and then a very pale gray for shadowing the foam. I stamped on the clouds with just some jet black ink, and then I have blended on a little bit of tranquil teal to that top part there. So no coloring on the clouds, just some blending. And then finally, there's that Love is Deeper Than the Ocean. So I just love, love, love this card. The next one that I want to share shows that one from the sneak peek. So here we have got a reverse masked sunset. So I masked off my sun setting into the sea, and then I stamped on the clouds and the rock. I blended on a little bit of sandy beach ink here just around the rock, so it's very easy to fill in the beach area with either cardstock or one of her mini neutrals. And you know that sand can go anywhere from white to gray to golden to brown to black. So I have a lot of different colors on tonight's samples. This is the new Sun-Kissed Coral cardstock, so I used that to blend on for my sunset there, and then remove the mask, and then just a little bit of the new butterscotch ink for that warm yellow there at the top. I used just 2 grays and then 2 orange markers to color in the clouds and the water. And then finally, I popped up some of those little die cut turtles. And I don't know if you've ever had the opportunity to see the hatchlings going into the ocean. It is something you'll remember for the rest of your life. It's so awesome. I've got the dolphin on there in the background, and then I actually used one of Debbie's essential greetings that she has in this release, and I just loved how that Friends Forever went with the turtles, but you could also do the Friendship is Deeper Than the Ocean. So I love this card. I'm gonna have a lot of favorites tonight, like Lisa always does. This next card, it shows both of those borders together. So we've got the crashing wave and this, the water that's coming in here or receding, depending on how you look at it. They're both die cut and then just layered over my sandy beach cardstock base. Up here, instead of stamping the clouds, I just did some very gentle blending with the new Blue Sky ink, which matches the cardstock that I used for the base. Just a few markers again for coloring in these waves, but I just love how these two layered on top of each other makes a different look for that beach. We've got one of the little seagulls popped up and then the dolphins crashing or jumping over the wave, excuse me. This next one, I used the dolphins again. This is a no coloring card. I only did stenciling on this one with one of Gina's sunshine stencils. And then I've got the mirror image dolphins here, so it looks like they're jumping towards each other with that Love is Deeper Than the Ocean. And I think this would make just such a fun, beachy, non-pink Valentine. So this is what I'm gonna be giving to my husband for Valentine's this week. And I went ahead and allowed that ink that I blended in the stencil to come down onto the water like a reflection. So that is with the new butterscotch cardstock. This is the beautiful Emerald Coast. And then again, I used that Sun-Kissed Coral and the butterscotch ink for doing my blending. So no coloring, very simple card. Also, I hope you'll notice I love this new master layout set, and I think it just adds so much drama to these realistic images to really frame up the scene that you're creating with these serene seascape borders. The next few cards, I am using the coordinating sets. So this next one actually uses my message in a bottle set, which has shells, a bottle, and then a little scroll for messages. So for this particular card, I wanted just a really calm, serene look. So I've got grays and lavenders here. And as you can see, I have just stamped that bottle directly overlapping that calm beach there, and it really makes it look like glass. No coloring on the bottle, just a shadow, and then coloring the cork. I blended some of the soft stone ink on there to create the sand. Then I used one of the shells and then the little scroll and the thinking of you from that set. And then I popped up one of the little gulls. And again, reverse masked here, just a moon. And this is some of the coordinating lovely lavender ink to go with my cardstock base. I just love how that turned out, and I'm so excited to use these two sets together. I think I also forgot to point out this Celebrating You greeting that I have on this card. This is also from that Message in the Bottle set. All right, so now I want to move on to some serene sea life stamps. So I've got the turtles, the whale, and the seal tonight. So this first card uses that anemone border. So now we're going under the ocean. I've got several here that I made above the water. This is now below the water. Anemones and corals, they come in all different colors. So use any colors you want and just Google different reference photos to get some ideas on how to shade them. So I just have a dark and a light orange, green, red, and then pink to do the coloring. Very simple. I did not color the sea floor at all. I'm just leaving that white. And then I just blended on some of the turquoise sea and the blue lagoon ink there. And then I just left some spaces open, just blending kind of vertically and diagonally so that it could create some rays coming down through the surface. We went snorkeling recently, and that's exactly how it looks when you see under the water. I have these two turtles, or three turtles rather, these two turtle images from my Serene Sea Life set. And I've got that friendship is deeper than the ocean. And I just love this card. You can see I've also got some of the bubbles stamped through there, and I love this scene so much. The next one I want to show a no coloring example, and I'm going to show how you can use those anemones again, also with that coral. So for this one, I actually did a two-tone here. I did the tranquil teal on the bottom and turquoise sea on the bottom of this shadowy coral seabed. So I stamped that first, and then I inked up the anemones with those same colors, but I stamped them off the edges, so it doesn't have to always go right across. This is going to allow you to create depth and to create different looks by splitting them up. Then I stamped on some of the bubbles, and instead of coloring my whales, I just stamped them in the jet black and left them open. And I just think that that is just such a beautiful card. If you wanted to layer on with the die cuts some more anemones in the front, like I did on the turtle card, that would be beautiful. If you wanted to color the whales, that would be great too. But I just love how, what a great look you can create with these stamps with very little effort and very little coloring. This last one, I love all these, but this one might be my favorite. So this looks so much like a beach that I went to when I was in Maui. So here is that waving seal. So you can see he's perched here on this rock, but I made him removable. I put a little tab on the back so I can just tuck him either in front of or behind that rock. But you see just how perfect it is for that or the turtle to just come up on land and then just sun itself there. And then I've got that sealed with a kiss greeting that is also from that. But I want to go ahead and this is, again, very simple coloring here with just a tan and a gray marker, leaving a lot of it white. But I want to remove this so that you can just see how beautiful that water and the sand looks. So this is the Emerald Coast cardstock. I've used 3 different blue markers here for coloring in my water. And then I just blended on some of the butterscotch. It makes just a beautiful golden sand. And then for the sky, I used the blue raspberry. I die cut my clouds for this, so I didn't have to mask those off or worry about them getting too dark. So they're just stamped on white cardstock and then die cut and popped up there. So it just looks so dimensional. And then again with one of those seagulls. It's so pretty. I just love it so much. Stick them right back in there. So I just think that is so fun. One other set that you can use with this, actually 2 others. I'm not sure if it's in stock right now, but I've got my Gifts from the Sea set, which has all sorts of kelp and shells, a fish and a seahorse. And then I heard somebody asking in the sneak peeks, this needs an Adirondack chair. All right, there's the Adirondack chair. So many different accessories and little palm trees that you could add in. And I checked, and this is currently in stock right now, but only a few left. So until if it goes out, just go ahead and put yourself on the notify me list and it will get reordered. I'm so excited to make some videos working with all these. I also have a stair step card that I made, but I'm gonna show that later. So anyway, thank you so much for joining us tonight and letting me share about the set. I hope you're as excited about it as I am. I can't wait to see your cards and what kind of seascapes you will make. So have a wonderful Valentine's Day. And again, thank you all for joining us. Love you guys. Bye-bye.
Wow, those cards were gorgeous, Melanie. You're taking me right to the ocean. And you know what I loved about that is each one of her oceans looked a little different. Like one did look like Maui, and one that Melanie said was her favorite with the seal, that looked like Destin, Florida to me with that emerald green water. Absolutely beautiful cards. And you're right, those seascapes go with so many sets Melanie has in her collection and other sets from our collection as well. Melanie, can you put the name, or Brienne, can you put the name of the stamp set that Melanie showed at the end with the Adirondack chair? I think it's Window on the Water, but I didn't have time to look it up because that was the end of Melanie's spot and I had to come back. So if somebody could just share that name, because I know a couple people were looking for the name of that set. That is a great set, and I know it's sold out on our website, but people are telling me that they're buying it at other websites, which is great. And also, if you can just get on the notify me list, we will get that ordered first thing tomorrow morning and get that on the way here. We knew it would be popular, but we didn't know it would be that popular. So we're glad that you love it as much as we do. Melanie, thank you so much. So all of our illustrators, Melanie, Lisa, Areta, and Debbie, they do have YouTube channels. Debbie posts her spot from each release party on her YouTube channel. And the other illustrators that I mentioned, they do full-blown tutorials on their YouTube channels. And even if you watch some of their past videos, you can learn how they color, you can learn how they shade. And I know Melanie's cards look like complicated, but when you see Melanie color, you're going to be able to do it, because it's not as complicated. I was very intimidated, and then I watched Melanie, and you see how easy she uses the Copic markers and the colored pencils and all that. It's not, she really breaks it down for you. Lisa will show you how to easy, loose watercolor. And if you're into no-line coloring, Areta will show you how to do that, as well as using Copic markers and pencils. So a lot of talent on our team and a lot of great YouTube channels to check out and subscribe to. All right, well, now it's my turn, and I have a few things to show you tonight. So what I thought I would do is I thought I would show you all the products first, and then show you my samples, because my samples mix and match all of these new products, and I want you to know exactly what I'm using before I share. So the first thing I want to show you is our brand new master layout set. This is the set that Melanie gave a little sneak peek to, and you can see this set is just packed with some fantastic dies. It's a huge die set. We're noticing that borders are getting very popular these days, so we put a couple of borders in here. And this border is nice and wide. Let me show you. I cut all of these out, and I layered them all together the way they're meant to layer together so that you can see them. So let me pull out my little sheet here that I made for you. So this is the actual size of Master Layouts 18. And Master Layouts 18 coordinates perfectly with Master Layouts 2. So this open frame with this wide border, this fits the same exact size as our Master Layouts 2. So if you want a backdrop for it, like one of those little layering pieces, the one from Master Layouts 2 fits perfectly. And because we didn't have to add it to this set, we got all that extra steel where we could put all these other fun elements in here. Now this die right here is not a separate die. So let me see if I have that die set open over here. I may have brought it with me. So let me just quick take a peek in my stuff. I do. Okay. I want to show you what this die looks like. So here it is. Now this is a big frame die, but one of the things that I did when I designed this die is I made sure not just to put the stitching here, you know, you have it around here and you have it around here, but I also put it on the inside, the piece that's going to fall out. Now the piece that falls out, here it is, let me show it to you. The piece that falls out can be cut with a different die, and then you can paper piece it in there so that you've got the 3 rows of stitching to coordinate. Can you see that stitching in there? Or if you want to use it by itself, there's an extra die that will cut this panel out and you get that nice little shadow layer look, just like that, okay? Now I wanted to show you how that worked because some of you might be looking for this die in the pack, and the way Brian designed this, he actually showed you the separate cutouts, but these 2 pieces are all in this one die, okay? Now, we also have some fantastic borders. You can see this big wide border. This is perfect for a lot of strip sentiments you can stamp on there, And these strip sentiments will also fit in here. So if you wanted to do some accent pieces, you could put this down and then add your strip sentiment on top, and it kind of frames it out a little bit. We also have this really pretty little border, a little delicate, feels a little bit lacy. And then we have 3 brand new strip sentiment pieces here. These each have stitching around the white one that I cut out. And then we did these bolder shadow layers for behind them. This way you can create kind of a bolder look. You can also cut these in reverse to create, like you could cut this die into this die to create an opening in there. So if you just wanted to have a little frame around your greeting that's stamped directly on your cardstock, you could use this die to cut in and create a frame. All right? And this die and this die are actually one die. It's this circle right here. Let me show it to you. Here it is. So when you cut this frame out, this falls out of the center, and this is just the coolest looking piece. You can cut several of them and shift them to make a little pointed. I wish I had 2 cut out. Oh, I do. All right, let me show you. Let me grab them out of here. I tried to cut as many pieces as I could, but then I was getting all fancy and using them all for my cards. So you can use this. You could paper piece this, like let's say you wanted your frame to be white or your frame to be turquoise and the inside to be white. You could paper piece it and then put it back together and have your frame be a different color around the outside. Or you can take these together and then you can slightly shift them. It takes a second to get it just right, but you can slightly shift them to create a little pokey. See that? So you could create something that has more of a spiky look going all around it. Kind of looks like a postage stamp a little bit. So that's another way that you can use just what falls out of this frame. Now these are 2 separate dies each. I wanted to point that out too. So you have your inner piece with the stitching and your outer piece that's plain. You can use either one too. You don't have to use them together. So if you have a smaller, thinner greeting, you might want to use the white one. But if you have a bigger, like taller greeting, you might just want to use the frame one as your sentiment strip. So many ways. Thank you. Medallion, that was the word I couldn't think of. You can use those just by themselves too, so you don't have to use them together this way. This is just an option for you. So this is Master Layouts 18. It is huge. You know, in probably another 16 weeks, I'll be doing an extensive program on this particular die set. But you know what? My samples tonight are pretty extensive too, so I can't wait to show you all the samples that I made using this one tonight. All right. So now we have something else very, very exciting for you. We have brand new foil colors, and I can't wait to show you all of them, and here they are. So ThermoWeb and I, this was way back, probably in the fall, that we got together, and I said to them, I want to do new foil colors, and they were yes. Which ones do you want to do? And we talked about which ones that would coordinate with colors that we already have in our collection. So you can use our coordinating cardstock or our coordinating ink for these. Wait till you see how gorgeous these foils are. So we have 2 different types of foil in this collection too. We have shiny foil and we also have a satin finish foil. So some of the colors we decided to do in satin and some of them we decided to do in shine, just so you could spice up the variety of the foils that you have in your collection. So we have Tangerine Twist, very different than our Sweet Mango. This is that true bright orange, where Sweet Mango is a little bit of a yellowy orange. We have our brand new Sun-Kissed Coral, and this is one of our satin foils. we had to do the new colors. We had to do all the new colors because everybody's bananas over them. So this is a satin foil. You can see it's a little bit different than the shine that you get from the shiny foil. See when I do that, the reflection you get? Now when I do this, you still get a reflection, but you'll see it is gorgeous. It's just got like a little bit of a muted tone to it. We have Red Hot, which is that real bright Calypso red. I love it so much. It's just, our Red Velvet is a deeper red. This is that real bright red with a hint of orange in it. We have Fresh Asparagus. This is another one of our satin foils. So it's got that muted look to it. We have Emerald Coast. Look at that color. Oh my gosh, this one blows my mind. We have Dusty Rose, and Dusty Rose is one of those satin finishes. You got to get them all. I know that's crazy, but you're going to love these colors. Look how pretty they are. I know they're not in rainbow order. I'll move them in rainbow order, but look at this. We have Butterscotch, and this is, I made a card tonight with Butterscotch because I had to show you what the Butterscotch looks like when you mix it with the Butterscotch ink. It is so gorgeous. All right, we have Blue Sky. And, you know, it's interesting with foil because when you first take these out of the package, you look at them and you go, is that a little darker than Blue Sky? But then when you foil them and you catch the shine, you're like, oh my gosh, that is exactly Blue Sky. I don't know how ThermoWeb does that, but they have a way of matching my colors like I don't think anybody else could do this. All right, so let's just move these. Now we have, ready? We have Lemon Drop. So Lemon Drop is that little bit of, it's super pale yellow, but it's got that little undertone of green like our Lemon Drop ink. I love this one. We have another satin one, which is Powder Blue. So you can see how these two blues look so nice together. They are very different. You might not be able to see it as much on the screen, but they are very different in person. And then you get that satin finish of the powder blue, which is spectacular. And then you guys all begged for this one. This actually, we don't have a cardstock or ink color to match this, but you certainly could mix it and match it with some of our purples. But when we first released our Fuse in Amethyst, we released a little sample pack of amethyst foil, and everybody wanted us to bring it in the collection, and so we did. So now we have Amazing Amethyst. This is in honor of my birthday, which is this month. It was February 8th. So this is my birthstone. I've always got my little amethysts sitting here like Lisa, and now we have foil to celebrate as well. And then the last one, which you're not going to even think that you're going to love as much as you love it when you get it, is Black Onyx. So we have black foil, and it is so cool. It's got a neat, the best way for me to describe it is it looks like car lacquer, like that gorgeous shine of a brand new car that's painted black. That's what it looks like. So it's different than, you know, just plain black ink. It's got that sheen to it. It's absolutely beautiful. So these are our brand new 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 colors of foil. Fantastic. I'm so excited about them. Now, I'm going to leave these here just so that you can look at that for a minute, and I want to show you something else that we just released, and I think it's my favorite Decofoil transfer gel ever. It is the Fuse foiling gel. And so we have our own foiling gel for our Fuse machine. Now, how is this different than what ThermoWeb already has in their collection? All right, so ThermoWeb has the Duo gel. The Duo gel is a great gel, and it is great for foiling with a laminator, but it's also great for foiling with your die cutting machine because it stays tacky. So if you have that, that's fantastic. This Fuse foiling gel goes on white, but it dries clear and it dries up to a hard shine. So now you can use this with all of your foils, but you can also use this to accent over ink. So for example, when you have a big snowflake stencil and you ink it up with beautiful purples and blues and teals, you can go over it with this fused foiling gel. It'll look white, but when it dries, it's going to create a high gloss shine over your ink. You can also use fused foiling gel for glitter. So you can take this gel over a stencil like a snowflake, put it right over the stencil, and then pour loose glitter all over it, let it dry, and that glitter will get encased into that clear foiling gel, and it will be unbelievable. I also have stamped with the fused foiling gel. And it looks pretty good. It's rustic, but it's pretty cool. Now, I'm going to be making a specific video next Thursday night. We're going to go live using the fused foiling gel and all of the new foils, and I'm going to show you all kinds of different things that you can do with this foiling gel. So I really want you to tune in for that, because my samples tonight, I'm going to show you that I used the gel and I used the foils on, but I want to show you step by step how to do it, because you're going to fall in love with this gel. I promise you.
So Gina, just to be clear, this is this coming Thursday?
I'm sorry, no. I'm going to be using the fused foiling gel in this Tuesday. Next Tuesday. Did I say Thursday? I'm sorry. Tuesday night. Next Tuesday night, we're going to have an extensive fused foiling gel and fancy foil video live. We're going to be live and we're going to be doing all this. So definitely come to that and see all of these products in action, because you are going to want to see. I mean, this is just going to take your foiling up a notch that you're not going to believe. So these are available now in the What's New category, and if we sell out of any colors, of course you can get them from any of our retail partners and on ThermoWeb's website as well. And I think ThermoWeb recently, am I wrong? I see ThermoWeb here. So ThermoWeb, tell me, did you do a re-release of some of my old foil mates by chance? I think they either did or they are very soon, because we have had so many requests, because I have videos using some of my foil mates products. Hey, ThermoWeb. And you guys, they're re-releasing a lot of those patterns. So I think that they're coming soon. Okay, I'm sorry if I spilled the beans, ThermoWeb, but I'm so excited about it. And I will be getting all of those, and I'll be doing a video on those too. So stay tuned for that. Okay, check out thermoweb.com if we sell out, but we also have them in our store. Now.
And one more scheduling real quick.
Yes.
Scheduling the next master layouts video.
Oh, yes, I will talk about that as well.
Okay.
So we've got scheduling. So this Thursday, Tom and I are going to be doing, well, I was going to talk about this at the end of the video. So,
we can do it then.
Okay, but I'll just say it now because I don't want anybody to miss it. Tom and I will be doing a premiere video this Thursday because we can't be in the office, but we will be live in the chat. We're going to not be together, but we're going to have our devices and we're going to be live in the chat. So we will be able to chat with you live, and I will be using our brand new card kit and some foiling and a few other things in that video. So make sure you come on Thursday for that. Then next Tuesday night, our live is going to be an extensive deep dive into fused foiling gel and our new foil colors. And then next Thursday, we're going to pick up again with our Master Layout series. We'll be featuring Master Layouts 4, and I'll be featuring Master Layouts 4 with products from our new release. So stay tuned for that. So we've already got a couple videos planned. The next 3 are Premiere, and then the Fused Foiling Gel and Foil, and then Master Layouts 4. So stay tuned for all of those. Now, I want to show you the card kit, and I'm going to show you a bunch of card samples that I made that use the card kit and also use the fused foiling gel and the new foil colors. And we also have some new polyglaze, so I'm going to be showing you that too. So just like all of our kits, it comes in this fun little box that you can store all of your products together. Now, this kit is called Sending Flowers, and it is packed. It's not only packed, but you know how lately we've been doing a free gift? Like last month we did free scissors. Well, this month I forgot and ended up with 2 free gifts. So you get a little extra in here as well. So let me tell you what's in this kit, and we're going to go through it together. So first, we've got this stamp and die bundle. So this one is called Flower Medley, and it's got these big, bold, beautiful line art flowers and these greetings, you are and you. And these work with these strip sentiments. So, you are the best friend ever. You are so very special. You are in my thoughts. You make me so grateful. I definitely wanted to add the you because you, the word you is very popular in card making, and we have lots of other strip sentiments in our collection that go along with the word you. So I wanted to make sure that I had that in there. Now, I will tell you that all of these stamps coordinate beautifully with the new Master Layouts strip sentiment dies that are in Master Layouts 18. So you'll be able to stamp these and cut them out with all of these different strip sentiments. This also comes with a full die set that cuts everything, including all of the words, and there is a magnetic board in here for you to store your dies. Now, this kit also comes with coordinating coloring stencils for this stamp set. So you'll be able to color all of these images in with whatever color medium you want, but you can also use the coloring stencils, which makes it super easy. And there's coordinating polyglaze that you can purchase separately that works with this stamp and die bundle, the coloring stencils. It's got all of the images so you can cut them out using the coordinating die set. All right, so this is an add-on because not everybody foils yet, but not everybody foils, so we want to make sure that if you foil, you can get this, but if you don't foil, you're not stuck with something that you can't use. Now, I want to show you a couple cards that I made with this, this set. So the first one I want to show you is this. This doesn't use any foil. This does use the new Master Layout set. What I did here was I cut out 3 of these wreaths and I just glued them all together to give them some depth. And then I also popped them up so that they would be raised. Now I cut this panel out using this die, and then I cut a plain Tranquil Teal panel out of the large die from Master Layouts 2. If you have this die set and you don't have Master Layouts 2, don't worry about it. You can just cut a panel that measures 3 5/8 by 4 7/8. It's just a rectangle. And then I stamped and colored using the coloring stencils this flower, this smaller flower, this little flower here, and then I just popped them all up using foam squares, and I stamped the "You Are So Very Special" in Tranquil Teal. Now, I had to show you this card first because it doesn't have any black on it. I didn't do any black outlines. I just used Tranquil Teal, and so I thought maybe some of you would be proud of me that I broke away from my regular black outlines, but this is only going to last for one card because everything else is outlined in black. All right, so that's my first card I made with this. Now here's one that I made using some of the new foils and the new polyglaze. So the color that I foiled these with is Lemon Drop. And then I foiled these 2 with Blue Sky. Can you see? Look at that. Can you see the blue around the outside of those flowers? Isn't that cool? So, and then I've got Lemon Drop over here. Now I also used the satin finish here, and I'm going to be doing this on a bigger scale so you'll be able to see it better, but I used the fresh asparagus foil for this. So you can see the foil line is green, the foil line on this one is blue, and the foil line on this flower is lemon drop. So blue sky, fresh asparagus, and lemon drop. Lemon drop is a great substitute for gold, but it's not gold. If you look at this next to the 14 karat, you will see the big difference, because 14 karat is that real warm, true gold, and this has that little hint of green, which I thought would look so pretty around these leaves and with all of this stenciling. So, and here for my card itself, I used this image here, this die here, to cut that wide base, and then I used that really pretty border in here, and I just popped it behind that. And you can see then I cut this sentiment strip out using the coordinating die. I didn't use one of these. I used the coordinating die for that from the set. But I just laid it in there, and this just frames that out so nicely. And back here I used the Flurries Polyglaze sheet just to give the background a little bit of sparkle and shine. Isn't that fun? So that's my second card that I made using this stamp set. My third one, I decided to make a tag. All right, so for this tag, I just used our tags trio, but I want to show you I used butterscotch foil and emerald coast foil. And look, when I turn it, can you see that? Isn't that so much more fun than just everything foiled in one color, where you foil in the matching foil as the ink? Oh, I love that. It just jazzes me so much the way that lights up when it hits the light, and you can see that gorgeous emerald coast foil and that beautiful butterscotch foil. And I used butterscotch here for the word and the strip sentiment. And when you look at this in like next to the lemon drop, you can definitely see how this is so warm and buttery, and this is very greenish. So you get those subtle differences. And what's fun about having these varying degrees of these yellows, like we have wild dandelion and we have 14 karat, you can actually cut strips of foil and do gradients of yellows and gradients of blues down your polyglaze. So we'll be experimenting with some of that too. But you can really see the difference when I turn it into the light, how this is very buttery like the butterscotch, and this has that little hint of green that lemon drop has. So this is a fun tag. I just like this layout. I just cut these out of polyglaze, colored them using the coloring stencils, and popped all of those images up. My little bit of stenciling back here is just some soft stone ink, and I used our Harvest Flourish stencil, which I use all the time, so I think all of you have it by now. But those are the 3 cards I made using the first stamp set from the kit. All right, so we have those. I'm gonna put those aside. Now the next stamp set in this kit is this here. This is called Sending Flowers, and I love this stamp set. Now this one does not have coloring stencils. This is made more for coloring with pencils or Copics or watercolor, or you can always stamp these with embossing ink and do them in gold or silver embossing powder. But it's a super easy one to color, similar to some of those little images that we have for our postage sets. It's got 3 different containers filled with flowers, this beautiful vase of tulips, the watering can with the flowers, and of course that springtime boot. And then it's got a lot of great greetings that will work well with these sentiment strip dies, but it also has all of the dies to cut these out. So you can use them this way too, and I have samples of both that I'm going to show you. Let me just tell you what the greetings say. So sorry for your loss. And then there's this really pretty font, thanks and hello. And then I did one greeting down here in that same font because I just was kind of jazzed with it. You're always on my mind. And then you're my favorite. You make me happy. And then you can do thanks for all you do. You can do hello, sweet friend, or thanks, sweet friend. You are a ray of sunshine. Thank you for being a friend. I miss you like crazy. and sending birthday wishes to you. So really good sentiments in here for all kinds of different cards. Now let me show you a couple cards I made with this. Let's see, how many did I make? I think I made 2 with this. All right, so the first one, I love this. This gauze look was designed to fit nicely into this box on Master Layouts 18. And so here's how I used it. I cut that same die. I told you I used the heck out of this die set. I used that same die just with some craft ink. Now I'll tell you, I'm going to show you a technique coming up where you can wood grain this. And I'm going to show you how to miter the edges too. So this way, your wood grain isn't going to just go straight down this way. It's going to go down, it's going to go over, it's going to go up, and it's going to go over, and you'll have perfectly mitered edges. And I'm going to show you that in an upcoming video. I just didn't have time to make that card. I was so busy this week. But I colored these flowers using my video where I showed you how to use a little black colored pencil at the bottom of your leaves and flowers, how to get that depth with a black colored pencil. And then I stamped this gauze panel from the stamp set using craft ink. So we've got that match in there. And then I just cut this out and popped it up, and I stamped the birthday wishes to you, and I made that cute little card.
I think that frame looks exactly like leather to me.
It does look like leather, yeah, because it's got the little specks because it's craft cardstock, so it's speckled a little bit in there. Okay, so that's my one card. And then I made one more card. I really ran out of time. I had to use the transfer gel and so many other things I wanted to show you that I just couldn't get it all in. But this is another card that I made. So I used the Sea, Sun, and Sky stencil to create that cloud background in there. And then I kind of made this feel like just a big open window. And I popped that little watering can in there. And I colored that with colored pencils and a little Gamsol. You know, that's my favorite method of choice. And then I used this die here to cut "Thank you for being a friend." And remember how we used to use brads all the time? Well, these aren't brads. These are my little black, silver, and gold metallic pearl mix. And I just put one of those on each side to kind of replicate the brads. But, I mean, it's a great use for those. And you've got the little kind of like delicate curve there that's perfect for those. So I love this card. I think this is one of my favorites. Instead of popping this frame up with foam squares this time, I did it with all the other ones. I used foam tape and foam squares on all of these. I just cut this out 3 times and I glued them all together just to give it a little bit of a lift. So it's a little bit sticking out, but it's not quite as high as when you use the foam squares. You can also use the shaker strips. That'll give you even more of a loft. So those are the 2 cards that I made so far using this stamp set. All right, so now I had this stencil was supposed to be the layering stencil. This one was designed by my daughter Alicia, and this is the Modern Hydrangea stencil. I love this one. It is how many layers are in here? I think there's 3 layers in here, and I just loved this stencil. She designed this to look very modern. It doesn't look like a traditional hydrangea, but it's got that cluster feel to it that I just love. So I made 2 cards using this one. The first one I made using our Master Layouts 14, so I did a postage card with it. And so simple to do. I just used the little postage grid stencil to add a little bit of color first with some sea glass ink, and then I just used this stencil. I used masking magic to mask off around the perimeter because I like it nice and flat, and then I just popped this stencil right on top and I stenciled away using our light lilac and our medium lilac inks, and then jelly bean green and fresh asparagus for all of the greenery. Then I used our Postcards and More stamp set to add the little postage elements on here. and I used the thanks from the Sending Flowers Stamp and Die collection to pop up a greeting. So I really love how that looks. Just those purples are so intoxicating, aren't they? Then I had to try the Decofoil Transfer Gel, and I wanted to use the transfer gel just on the second layer of the flowers. And I decided to go with Sun-Kissed Coral and the new Sun-Kissed Coral foil. So check this out. This is a satin foil, but look at the shine. You see how it's just different than a regular, the regular shiny foil? It looks just so like thick and textured in there. It's so beautiful. So all I did here was I stenciled the first layer, the big layer, using the regular Sun-Kissed Coral ink. Then I did the greenery using Jelly Bean Green and Fresh Asparagus. Then I put the layering layer on top of the hydrangeas, and I used the new Fuse foiling gel, put it right on top, let it dry, and then ran it through the fuse with that Sun-Kissed Coral satin foil. Isn't that so pretty? And you could feel all the texture on that. It's just so stunning. I love turning it into the light and how that satin it doesn't blind you the same way that regular foil, like the regular foils do. It's just got that cool finish to it. Okay, so they're the two cards I made with this stencil. Now, I forgot that I had this stencil, so I ordered thousands and thousands and thousands of another stencil that that I was going to put in the kit too. I forgot all about it. So you're getting an extra layering stencil in this kit, okay? Your extra layering stencil is this one called Shimmering Roses. And this is a 4-piece layering stencil, and you're just getting it extra this time, and it is such a cool stencil. Now, this stencil is very interesting because the roses, which usually could just be one layer, looks like I got a hair in here. Sorry about that. Let me remove my hair out of here. Sorry, guys. I am shedding. The cool thing about this stencil is the first 2 layers of the stencil make the rose. So you've got half of the petals that are one stencil and the other half of the petals that create the second layer. And the reason why I did this was because I wanted this stencil to work with the new Fuse foiling gel, and I wanted to be able to do some of the petals, one way, and some of the petals with ink. Wanted to do some with Fuse foiling gel. So let me show you the one that I did here. I made this with Blue Sky. And so again, I'm going to show you how this color, when you turn it into the light, see how it turns blue sky? The shine is the color. So half of the flower is blue sky, the other half is foiled blue sky, and then when you turn it in the light, you get all of that gorgeous color. And then I did the greeting, "You make me so grateful," in blue sky as well, so that all coordinates together. And then this stencil has a layer of little dots that go around the perimeter of the design. And I did those with that lemon drop foil. So you can see it's a little yellower than our jelly bean or our fresh asparagus, but it still lends itself to a little hint of green in there to create that little bit of interest around the outside. And I did all of that with not the deco foil transfer gel, the Fuse transfer gel right here. So I had to show you these Fuse foil gels, and I had to show you all of the new foils in all the cards that I made tonight. All of these. Oh, so pretty. Now, I have a free gift for you when you buy the kit, and I'm really excited about the free gift. So at the very bottom of your kit here, you're going to find our brand new sticky mat. I love this sticky mat so much, and let me tell you why. For a lot of reasons. But the first reason is it is not as sticky as a sticky mat. It's sticky, but not that sticky. So it's very easy to get your pieces off. And you're going to notice that right away when you touch this mat. So this is my mat that I'm working on. I don't want to open this brand new one here. But this comes in your kit. You get it for free. So there is a protective film on top, but you'll notice that it's not quite, it's tacky. All right? It's tacky. Now, I want to show you something really cool about this mat too. When Brian, my art director and future son-in-law, was in his office, I told him I wanted to do a sticky mat, and I really should call it a tacky mat because it isn't sticky, it's tacky. But tacky didn't sound good because tacky has a negative, a negative meaning too. So this mat also doubles as a alignment tool, okay? So a lot of our Master Layouts dies work with Master Layouts 2. And Master Layouts 1 was the OG, the original Master Layouts. So I asked Brian to create 2 alignment grids, one for Master Layouts 1 and one for Master Layouts 2 on here. And that's what he did. So he labeled them A, B, C, and D, and he tells you what size they are down here. So you know that A and B are Master Layouts 1 because they coordinate with the sizes that are in your Master Layouts book and on your Master Layouts insert when you bought the die set. And then C and D align with Master Layouts 2. Now let me show you how this works. Now I'm a little nervous because I'm, doing this live, but I'm going to take my time and show you how this works. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your stitched Master Layouts 2 die. I'll just use Master Layouts 2. It works with both, okay? But I'll just use Master Layouts 2, which is C and D. So it's the one that goes this way. You could turn it if it's easier for you. But what you're going to do is you're going to take some of your adhesive and you're going to put it on the back like you were ready to layer this together. Okay? Like you were ready to layer it on your layering panel. But you're going to put this onto your sticky mat face down. And you're going to line it up with the black line. And you can even slide it into place. So I'm going to zoom in real tight on this to show this to you. All right? I think that's pretty tight. Is that still clear, Tom? It's not blurry? Okay. All right. So I've got my tape on the back here. And you can go up to the black line and you could just like slide it into place until the black line disappears. Okay? And once you get it into place, then let's make sure we get it into place. And I'm trying not to get my head in the way, so I'm not like leaning right over, but you'll be able to see it's tacky, so you still get a little movement out of it and you can pull it right up, so it's not so sticky. You know how paper gets stuck to the sticky mats? This is tacky. All right, and we're going to just line that up on the black line. Now, once we get it on the black line where we want it, okay, we're going to just press it down a little bit. Then we're going to take our back panel. This is the one I usually cut in black. And we're going to lay that on top of the other black line. All right, and once we get that in place, then we're going to press on it. And then you can just roll that off, and that will help you line everything up very easily. Okay, so I want to show you, and then after talking with Brian about that, I wanted to show you like how, like you're just not, here, let me just lay this here. You're just not using it for Master Layouts 1 and Master Layouts 2, but you can use it for any dies that you cut because all you have to do is use the right angle. Okay, so I'm going to use this one now for this, and I'm going to, well, I got to get a little tape on here. Now you have to practice a little bit. Just practice and be patient with yourself. And as you do it over and over again, you're going to see that, okay, I know exactly where to lay it on here to get it perfect. And then you don't have to worry about shaking and stuff, right? Because you can just kind of pivot it until it's in the right spot, and then you can press everything down. So I'm going to get my head in the way a little bit here, but I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go up to the top and see, like, I'm just pivoting right till the black line disappears. And I want to make sure that I got the black line down here at the bottom too, right? Now I'm going to use my second layer, and I'm going to do the same thing again with the top black line. And I want to make sure that I have it right all over. And hopefully that will work. Okay, so there we go. And you can see it's really centered. So, you know, you do have to practice this a little bit. I mean, it's not, you know, it's not something that when you get it out of the package, I mean, it's a sticky mat. So you're going to be using it for your basic sticky mat things. So like stenciling and any other sticky, let me zoom out here, it's really close. But any other sticky mat uses that you have, you can use it for that. The paper will stick, your stencils will stick on here. It works just like a sticky mat. But practice using it as an alignment tool, and you'll see that you can use those lines to line up a stacky mat. Yes! That's great. That's perfect word of the day. A sticky tacky mat, a stacky mat. So even if you don't want to use it as an alignment tool, or you find that that is cumbersome for you, it is a great mat for stenciling. And you can also put it in your MISTI with the cushion. So if you don't have a grip mat, you can pop this right on top of your cushion and it will act like a grip mat in that way. But it's just a little bit different. You're going to feel it. And we did that by design because sometimes I have a little trouble getting my paper off of the mats. Now, I will tell you, do not clean this with stamp cleaner. Do not clean it with alcohol. You'll remove all the stickiness. All you want to do is clean it with a little bit of water and just let it air dry. You just want to be very careful. It's very similar to a low tack scan and cut mat. Okay, they're not as sticky as the regular scan and cut mats. It's that kind of tackiness. But if you're having trouble getting it off, all you have to do is roll the mat and the cardstock will pop right off. And you'll see me struggle. You'll see me do that in my Thursday premiere video where it I couldn't seem to keep my fingers straight and I kept dropping my pieces of cardstock. But you know, that's the human element, right? So this is free. You're getting this one free in your card kit. And then next month, these will go on our website and they'll be available outside of our card kit. All right. The tackiness, yes, Vicki, over time. Now, not right away, but over time, the tackiness, the stickiness does start to diminish a little bit. These are very inexpensive tools, you know, probably somewhere in the $8 range. So they're, you know, they're not like a grip mat where it's a big slab of photopolymer and they're very expensive to manufacture. These are a little bit more affordable, but they don't last forever the way a grip mat will last forever because that's just like a stamp. These over time, you know, maybe a year down the line, you might want to replace it. I don't know. I still have my sticky mats and they work great. So I've never had to replace one, but I've been told by people who have sticky mats versus grip mats that a grip mat lasts forever and a sticky mat does have a bit of a lifespan. But a long enough lifespan to make it worth the investment, I'll tell you that. All right, well, so that is our card kit. I'll put all my card samples back here so you can see them again. One more time. And my tags. I'm starting to get like Deborah Warner. I'm making a tag now with every release. And there you go. There's all my cards I made. And these cards are now on the front page of our website as well, so that you can see them there. And I'll be making a lot of these things with you in upcoming releases. All right, everybody. Well, I hope that you enjoyed our release party tonight. Our illustrators, I want to send a huge shout out to them for making time to create all of those little videos for you. and showing all of that inspiration, because that's no easy task. I know they really hustle to create beautiful cards for you. So thank you to Lisa, to Areta, to Melanie, and to Deborah for all of your beautiful inspiration. A huge shout out to Brianne Loveland too. She is awesome. She is linking where you can buy all of the products in the chat. And then I also have a pinned comment in the chat. I believe it's pinned. It should be pinned. Maybe it's not pinned anymore. Yes, it is. It's pinned where you can find all of the products. So check the pinned comment on YouTube. Facebook doesn't give us that option, but on YouTube, I can pin comments, and I pinned the link where you can shop and find everything. Now, if you're watching on Facebook or you're watching on Twitch, you can find everything that you saw tonight on our website. It's called Gina K Designs, and there it is, GinaKDesigns.com. You can find it there. By the way, we're going to give away some gift certificates tonight. Tom, you think you have time to do 2? 3? You have time to do 3? Okay, we'll do 3. So Tom is going to spin his wheel over there, and anybody that left a comment, whether you're on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch, you are automatically already eligible to win tonight's gift cards. And they don't expire, so you could use them anytime for this release or for a future purchase. And then I will ask you, if you liked tonight's video, if you'd give it a thumbs up. And also, if you're new to the channel, we would love it if you would subscribe to the channel. Tom, can you hit that little button for the subscribe so they can see what that looks like? So you can hit the thumbs up button, and then there's a little subscribe button that looks like that, and a drop down. You can hit all notifications, and you'll never miss another video. So we would love it if you'd subscribe. We're real close to 200,000 subscribers, and when we hit that mark, we're going to have a big party with lots of giveaways. And then if you would like to join our Facebook group, we would love to have you on Facebook. Our Facebook group has 48,000 of the nicest people. It's called Gina K Designs and Stamp TV Friends, and there is tons of Gina K Designs card inspiration over there. Our members make beautiful cards. They're also very encouraging to everybody. So if you want to share your Gina K Designs projects in our group, we would love to see them as well. Head over there to Facebook. Make sure you answer the security questions and agree to our group rules. And then our moderators will approve your membership and you are in. And we would love to have you. All right, so we are getting ready. I know it's a lot of work for Tom to get all the names loaded in, and I didn't give him enough enough warning for this, but he's getting there. So if you just joined us recently, we are showing all of our new release products, and the website is GinaKDesigns.com. What you want to do is click on the shop tab when you get there, and then there's filters on the side. You can click on what's new, and all of the what's new products will show up. You can also click on the pinned link here in the chat, but that's going to go away after the video gets uploaded onto YouTube because our live chat goes away. But it'll be in the description on YouTube as well. It's also in the description on Facebook too. All right, so Tom is ready, and we are going to give away 3 gift cards tonight, 3 $15 gift cards that you can spend at GinaKDesigns.com. So are you ready, Tom?
Ready, 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 and drum roll, please. The winners tonight: Jane Zorn, Tammy Moore, and Amy Clark.
Yay! Woohoo! Congratulations to all of those crafters. All right, all you guys have to do is send your name and email address to info@GinaKDesigns.com, and we will get those gift cards digitally emailed over to you. And I will list those winners also in the description on YouTube. So if you aren't sure if you heard your name, we'll put them up there when I get home tonight. I will do that. All right, everybody. Well, this was so much fun. I hope you enjoyed tonight's release party. I hope you were inspired by all of the inspiration. A huge shout out to my friends at ThermoWeb for making all my foiling dreams come true all the time. We absolutely absolutely love the new Fuse foiling gel and all of those beautiful foils. You always make high quality products and you make me look so good. So thank you for that. And Brianne Loveland, once again, pick up her inkstand. She has inkstands at her inkstand shop. Brianne, if you want to throw your link into the chat for your inkstands, I use them in just about every video I make, and they are a great way to keep your ink pads secure and hands-free when you're using blending brushes and sponge daubers and all the other fun things. So Brianne, thank you. She always comes to my lives and links everything, makes it easy for you to find the products that you're looking for. And to all of you, thank you so much. You know, we couldn't do this without you. I get to do what I love because of you, and I appreciate you all so very much. So again, Tom and I will be back on Thursday with a premiere video. We will be live in the chat with you, featuring a card project made with the brand new kit. And then next Tuesday night, we have an extensive live video with a deep dive using Fuse foiling gel and foils. And then next Thursday, the following Thursday, not this one, but next Thursday, we have our next edition of our Master Layout series featuring Master Layouts 4 and our new card kits. So I hope you will join us for that. In the meantime, everybody, thank you for joining us. Stay safe and healthy out there. If you're going to be in the path of the snowstorm, stay cuddled in, make pretty things. I love you all so very much, and we'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye.